Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright. Hope this live stream is working. Let me know. Oh, yay. It's always good to get the first chat reply. So I know my laptop is working. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'll wait a few minutes to get some hellos. Um, oh good, I'm getting some hellos. Hi everybody. Um, so my name is Janet Wright, and I am an energy healer and energy reader. And I read people, I read angels, and I'm a teacher. So this will be I do two different types of group healings, and this group healing is a triplet set. They're really, well, they're not like night and day different, the different types of group healings I do, but the triplet set is a set of 3 group healings in 5 days, and that's what this is going to be. The November 1st, 2019 triplet group healing set. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, hello, super rock star. Hi from Illinois. Hi, Janet. Hello, hello. It's working. Yay! And I am the best. You forgot to say that. My hair's working. Sort of. Nice and peppy today. Hello, good morning. So this will be the first healing in that set, the triplet group energy healing set. This is Smokey, saying hi, kind of, sort of, hugging up the camera spot so that Bambi can't be here, but not saying hi. There he is. He's like, Mom, what are you doing with my head? Cut it out. But anyway, so hey, good to see everybody. So this healing will be for 80 participants in 11 different countries this time. And so I will have the stats, the fun facts about all that. Well, I guess I could just do it now. So 11 countries. So 61 of the people are in the US this time, which is, I think, well, yeah, it varies. 5 are in Indonesia. Hello, hello, hello. They're probably asleep right now, but they'll see the video. 3 are in Canada. Hello, good morning. 2 are in the UK. Good evening. 2 are in Qatar. Hey, hey, hey. 2 are in Australia. We're probably also asleep. And 1 each are in all these countries: Germany, Spain, Belgium, South Korea, and India. So hi everybody. And oh, and of course there are some kids that are participants among the 80 people. 3 kids this time, ages 10 to 13. This would have been a cool healing to get as a kid. I could tell. The theme of this triplet set is going to be success, purpose, and the subconscious. I think the angel's stuck in the subconscious just because to validate that there's so much that's subconscious that affects your sense, your personal sense of, are you succeeding? What is success for you? Your sense of purpose, either for the day or the week or the month, or your purpose in life, that kind of big picture stuff. So this set will be, just to give you an overview for a second before we start the healing, I think sort of the 2 main aspects of this theme is to get everybody else's stuff out of the way and then help you to get more centered and unblocked and present with your sense of success and your sense of purpose. And again, I think success and purpose, it can be very micro and very macro. I think sometimes people just think of it in a macro sense, you know, like, what is my purpose in life? But I think a lot of times in energy, if you start small and work with that, then everything works better. Like for example, peace of mind. That's a real common one I always think about. People think, well, I have no peace of mind, and it's like, well, okay, but let's work 5 minutes so that today is a little more peaceful. Can you devote 5 minutes to it? To like, actually, my recording on peace of mind, I think that's like 12 minutes. But you could do dishes at the same time. But anyway, so the point is, micro and macro. So success and purpose, we're gonna be clearing energy that gets in the way of both of those things. Are you succeeding today? And are you succeeding in life? And I think it's maybe obvious to people that, there's a lot of societal and family stuff that gets worked into that. So your parents' ideas of what was success for them, what is success for them, your siblings, the culture, various cultures, subculture that you grew up in, the overall culture maybe of the country that you grew up in. So anyway, it's gonna be cool. But you can't just, think big thoughts and really have it change much. You got to do the nitty-gritty energy work. So there will be a lot of fundamentals too that we do that will complement all that and make it way more effective. So, and that's true for all triplet sets. Triplet sets are really good that way because there are 3 healings. So I have extra time to make sure people are in good shape. Case in point, definitely chakra repair is going to be happening in this healing today, the Friday healing. Also, aura repair is in all of my healings, though. That's not new. Creative ring work. That creative ring, you have 3 gold creative rings above your head. 1, 2, 3. So the first 2 the lower 2 are probably in your first layer, and then the top one is in your second layer. Not that it affects your second layer a lot, it's just locationally to give you a sense of where it is. But anyway, there is a video called, it has top creative ring flaps in the title. So if you search Janet Wright, top creative ring flaps, FLAPS, that'll be the technique video that we're using during part of this healing. And I think for some people that had been more of like an obscure video, like, yeah, whatever, I've never heard of that, Janet, even though I do mention it. But I think if you are good at doing aura repair and unblocking your grounding, then I think it's time then. That would be your next thing. Top creative ring flaps, and just learn that process from that video so well that you can just do a quick recheck in like 30 seconds, or a minute. Because that way you can check, like twice a day or whenever you want, if you're feeling a little off or when you have a sec. What I noticed is that working on those, and we'll do it in the healing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just be patient. Keep breathing. Deep breath. But that top creative ring flap thing, once those are happy, it makes the flaps, once those are happy, the flaps seal, they close, and then the flaps in your chakras close, which means they're like less irritated and it's harder for people to cord into you. And I noticed that relates to chakra damage in a way that I had suspected, but as I was looking at everybody, I looked at everybody individually yesterday, that's of the 80 participants, real quickly. And I noticed there were some people that had chakra damage that it definitely wasn't from having big rips in their aura at some point, because a lot of my clients now are really good at consistent aura repair. So they don't have like big giant gashes in their aura. So why did they get chakra damage? If they got their chakras healed 2 weeks ago, repaired 2 weeks ago in the last big group healing, what's up? So that you can get an intense energy coming in through that creative ring that just kind of, it goes down. And if it's intense enough, it can cause a little bit of chakra damage on one of your chakras. So, so that was interesting. I didn't realize that the top creative ring flap thing, I knew it could make you feel way better by doing it, but I didn't know that it helps prevent chakra damage. Because it just helps you be you and helps, it's like a defensive thing just to have the flaps closed and then all the other flaps closed and you're like, rah, I'm in charge. Hello from Indonesia. Yes. Good for you. Stay awake. If you need to like walk around and stomp your feet or something. Well, I don't know. You don't want to wake up your family. But anyway, yeah, so it's really cool. People are watching from all over the world. So I think that's enough overview stuff. We could just get going. Let's see if I can see the list enough without my glasses. Yeah. I do my participant list in big font, so so I can see it without my glasses. All right. Oh, and you can't really see it. Maybe I'll move the camera around so you can see it, but I have 2 cats on this kitchen countertop with me. I'm like at a breakfast bar, and one of them is, this is Zen over here. She's on a big pile of my clothes. And then Smokey is right here. So, and then the dogs, I don't think I can show you them. Let's see. The dogs, yeah. Okay, those are the dogs, 3 dogs right there. So Abel's in the far corner, and then Daisy and Izzy are closer to me, right there together. And then here's Yo-Yo is over there. I don't know if you can see that. And Bambi's probably on top of the fridge, so I can't show you her. But she says hi in spirit. Very cool. Oh, one last note before we get started healing is that the healings through the rest of the year are selling faster than they have been in the last few months. I think that's not a shock for me. I mean, if I were a client, I would want to definitely get healings in the winter around the holiday time, etc. So, but just a heads up, because those emails are always kind of heartbreaking after it sells out. Like, whoa, I can't get a December triplet. Are you kidding me, Janet? So sometimes I just, I feel like I owe it to you guys to just say hello. I don't want to, be fear-based about it. I don't want to be manipulative, like listen to your heart. Are you meant to be in that one? Don't just get it because I said it's limited and whatever, it's selling fast. It's just a informational note. I think there's like maybe 20 spots left for the Healing Masterclass that is later this month, and then there's like 24 spots or 26 spots or something. People buy them and then I update the website and then they buy more. So, but anyway, it's in the 20s for both of the November Healing Masterclass and the December 6th triplet set. So just a heads up. If you have the money and you're just procrastinating, that would not be wise. Okay, cool. And anyone can jump in. Like it's been really fun. I've gotten to meet, a bunch of my YouTube viewers that have been watching my videos for a while. They just, I don't know, whatever. It just wasn't time yet for them to jump in and say hello and do a healing. But so that's fun. So there's no rule, if you've never watched my videos, if you have, I'm happy to work with you. It's not like a closed little group at all. And the rates are cheap, so just check out my website if you want. Okay. So I'm going to note the time that we're starting. Maybe we're starting 16 minutes into it. Okay. So obviously, first we're going to start with grounding. So the angels actually suggest any shade of red for the grounding. Usually I say red or orange or yellow, but sometimes the angels are like, no, then they're real specific about a color to start the healing with. So So just imagine your own grounding at any shade of red that you want. You could recreate it. And I always say, sorry, Sam. She was on top of AccuDoll. So grounding, ideally, I would say it would be wide as your whole aura. So you make it that way with your intention, your thought, your imagination. So if your aura goes out, you know, to here everywhere, just make your grounding that wide, and then that wide all the way down to the core of the earth. Okay? So red or orange, or red, any shade of red. If you're listening later, I mean, just use your intuition. If you really want orange or yellow, it's not like a rule or anything. It's just an angel suggestion for at this moment. So if you're healing yourself, I mean, if you're receiving the healing from me, you could just relax, you know, have some tea, enjoy. I mean, you could heal yourself at the same time just for kicks. And of course, if you're watching and you didn't get the healing, you didn't, you know, you're not a prepaid healy that I'm healing, you can, of course, heal yourself as you listen. And so you can just imagine a copy of your grounding out in front of you. There's like mini you, there's your little body, and then there's your aura, and then there's the wide grounding, and there's the center of the earth, and just comb out the tangles, comb out anything blocking the flow, which is usually just energy blocks, like little bits of your resistance and maybe your neighbor's energy, or, you know, whatever. So just lots of gold light. The gold light can come from gold suns that you imagine around your grounding, or it can come from your hands. If you have your hands free, you could use your hands because they generate lots of energy. So these are hand chakras, and these are fingertip chakras in the tips of each finger. So that's a lot of nice energy to use if you want. You just have your intention be that your hands and your fingertips are generating gold healing energy. Gold is just, different colors have different vibration, and gold as a color it's high but not too high. So you can be very present and centered with gold. White would be too high. It would like string you out, kind of like you had too much coffee. But gold just used as like a cleaner, you know, to unstick things is nice. Rainbow colors for chakras is also nice and flowing, but then gold as like a little cleaner is good. Because it helps you let go of stuck energy, like inner resistance. So anyway, I'm just helping people with unblocking their grounding. Some people, you know, it's like even if you know about wide grounding, you might have part of it blocked and you don't realize. So like maybe the front is flowing, but the back is blocked up, or maybe the front and the back are mostly okay, but like right in the center of your grounding, like directly down from your hips all the way down to the core of the earth, maybe that part is blocked up. And you know, it's funny, I mean, it's like you can check all these complicated things, but if your grounding is blocked, you know, you don't feel that great. So we always start with the basics, you know, grounding. All right, so we'll probably go back to that and keep doing more throughout the healing. That's something I think too that people maybe don't understand, that if you're doing one of my clearing videos later, you know, rechecking your grounding never hurts. It's never a waste of time, you know, like, because you could be really releasing a lot in a video of mine, and then your grounding just gets a little blocked because so much is releasing, and then a little bit snags, and then you get a little traffic jam. So it's always nice to recheck your grounding. But anyway, so aura repair. I will link later the videos for aura repair. I will link those in the comment section, so you'll be able to later see handy links for any video I mention. But aura repair is one of the basic things. It sounds, I try to not use complicated terms, but aura repair, it kind of sounds like, ooh, heart surgery, you know? But it's really not. Mostly because energy shifts pretty simply. You know, like you can make it complicated in your brain, but at the base of it, it's not a complicated thing. So it's like, you know, if you open a window in a room, it's going to let in air, right? You don't have to try hard. You just open the window and that's it, right? You're not like, come in, air, mix with the old air and the new air and do it right, air, come on. No, you just open the window and you did it. You did it. So that's true with aura repair. You just apply gold energy, you know, which is like, in the metaphor, that's like opening the window, right? Just apply lots of gold light all around your aura. And your intention is, because if you can't imagine, I mean, ideally, just imagine where the rips are and direct most of the gold light there. But you can direct gold light throughout your aura because it's really nice for releasing blocked energy. You know, sometimes people get so complicated, like, oh, I'm feeling this, and why do you think that? What's the origin of it? And it's like, dude, it's a block. Just melt it, you know? Don't like write a book about it. So again, just like opening a window is not a complicated situation. It's the same thing with aura repair. Just you supply the gold light. That's all you're doing. Can't go wrong. And you know, it's really, I don't know, you know, I was going to say it's really sad because some people that have, you know, severe depression or they have issues with beings or whatever, I mean, the root of it is they just never repair their aura. And when you do, your aura is supposed to protect you. It's like a protective bubble all around and your energy circulating inside of it. And you're doing your best to have a good day and your bubble is like, you know, containing it and keeping you safe, right? So if you have these giant rips in your aura all the time and the rips just keep getting deeper and deeper, then you get chakra damage and it's just like, whoa, what's wrong with me? But at the root of it, you just need to repair your aura, you know, regularly. So fortunately, it's an easy process, you know, so like I said, I'll link it below, but you know, gold energy aura buffer zones is the 18-minute video that you would learn the process with. And then once you do that, like once or twice with that video, you know, like, I mean, if you're really in a bingey mood, you could do it twice in a row and then you're done. But you could just do it one day and then do it another day. And then that's, I think, enough for you to kind of click with all the information in the video and how to use it. And then you can move on to a video that has, it's shorter and it has more in it because it's more condensed because it assumes you've already, it's not your first time learning it. And that one has unblock grounding or repair in the title. It's 10 minutes long. And then so that would be then your daily little quick dose of unblocking your grounding and also repairing your aura. Above the top of the aura, you can get like a pressure of like you're trying to bring in new energy from the top and then it's just a little too compressed in here in the upper layers of your aura. So then it's like you have something big sitting on your head, you know, because the new energy is sort of pressing down. It's trying to come in. Your energy, it's a good thing, and then it's too compressed here for the new energy to come in. So if you just comb upward, it's like so cool. And even above the top of your aura, like keep combing. Like, so obviously that is a little cumbersome because you need to reach even higher than your arm would go. So you just imagine a copy. But so if this is the top of Doll's aura, I'm trying to get Doll to stand up. So if that's the top of her aura, then even above that, you could comb through. So comb through that whole area for her. Well, for you. So imagine like this is the top of her head, right? So imagine, your copy out in front of you, put your hand for like where the top of your head is. And then now you're combing above the top of your head, and then you're combing above the top of your aura. And just comb all around, even in the back top, above the back top of your aura. So back there. And what are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's just gold light melts energy blocks, and you just want a lot of good flow there so that when you bring in your new energy, it doesn't create this weird feeling like a heavy pressure. So let's see. Everybody's aura. Yeah. Everybody's aura is repaired. So I'm just doing a quick recheck of grounding. Why? Because that process could have caused you to release a lot of energy, and it's possible when you're releasing so much through your grounding that it clogs up, and that would not feel good. And you'd be like, Janet, your healing didn't make me feel good. We don't want that. Yeah, like somebody says, I feel super dizzy. Well, it's because your grounding blocked up. Because you were releasing a lot. So yeah, just get a big wide grounding. Sometimes you can get triggered and your grounding gets really skinny again, like if you feel dizzy. So big grounding, a big wide grounding, as wide as your whole aura. So as wide as this here and here, all the way out. Alrighty, so now let's do chakra work. So notice I didn't start with chakra work, I started with grounding and then with aura repair. Why? Because those are the basic fundamentals. Chakras are very sexy sounding, but they don't control everything in a way. I mean, if you have a giant gaping hole in your aura, you're completely wasting your time working on your chakras. It would be like, okay, I'm going to redesign my kitchen, but my roof of my house is on fire. No, deal with the roof first and then redesign your kitchen. All right. So with chakras, I do have a free 2-page chakra handout. I don't know that I can upload it to YouTube. I was going to say, wouldn't that be cool? But I don't think I can do that. But I can email anybody that wants, that chakra handout. It's like 2 pages if you like seeing stuff like that in writing. It just has a, it's colorful and it talks about each chakra, what it does, where it's located, an ideal color for it. It's cool. But anyway, my email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com if you did want me to email that to you. It's just, an email attachment, no big deal. No additional charge. Even if I've never worked with you, you're never going to pay me a cent. I don't, it's fine, just email me. It's okay, really. To say, hi, Janet, I would like the free chakra handout. All right, so how am I healing the chakras? I didn't really say. Sorry about that. There are many ways to do it. I will be sure to link a video in the notes section later. But how I feel like doing it right now is I imagine 7 chakras, a copy So you could do this for yourself. If you're doing it for yourself right now, you would just imagine a copy of chakras out in front of you, 7 of them. They're all round cylinders. That's what they look like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, the 7th is oriented this way. Energy goes in the bottom and out the top, as opposed to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when energy goes in the front and out the back, right? But you don't need to know that to heal them. You can just imagine, you can turn your copy of your 7th so that it's like all the others. So that's not going to mess this up. It's just the chakra copy. So then you have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're just healing them. And technically, you have 2 sets of 7 chakras. Your physical body has a set, and then your spirit body has its own set of 7 chakras. So you have options, but I want to just imagine them together. So I'm healing both at the same time. So it looks like one set of chakras because the other one is inside that one. So it's like 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. If that's too confusing, don't worry about it, because energy stuff can also work without complexity. So you could just imagine like lots of gold light going up and down your spine, healing all your major chakras because they're all up and down your spine. So, you know, gold fire, gold water, whatever. You can imagine gold suns just shining energy up and down your spine in the front and in the back, repairing, unblocking, melting energy cords from all your major chakras. But I like to use copies. But, you know, if I was driving, I wouldn't be using a copy. I would just put gold suns all around, you know, all around. I would just imagine a bunch of gold suns and have them shine on my chakras. I mean, I drive without doing that. I'm just saying if I needed to heal my chakras while I'm driving, that's what I would do. Plenty of times I drive and just, you know, listen to the radio. So, so healing works even better if you relax. If you, not like floaty, I'm far away relaxing, but like I'm not freaking out kind of relaxing. I'm non-resistant. I am the flow. I am the flow. I am not the glue. I am the flow, right? So just relax. Think about I can let go if you want. I mean, this is not like I'm trying to brainwash you, but affirmations, intentions like that can help you release more than you would otherwise. Herbal tea. Because caffeine depletes your chi? Did you know that? Like, I'm serious. My gosh. I just learned that, what, a year or two ago? And I'm, how old am I? 49? So that was like 47 years of my life not knowing that caffeine depletes chi. That's useful information to know. So anyway, I'm drinking herbal tea, not caffeine, even though I do enjoy the rush of black tea. Well, I used to. So now I want to go back to chakra work, but I want to go to the top creative ring work. That video I mentioned in the talkie part at the start. There's a video that has top creative ring flaps in the title. You know, top creative ring is like 1, 2, 3. It's right here, and there are 3 gold rings. Their function is to generate gold creative inspiration for your 7th chakra that sends it down. I mean, it has other functions, but that's the main deal. So it creates cool, awesome, good creative inspiration energy to kind of, you know, give your 7th a little kick. Like caffeine that does not deplete your chi. Magic caffeine. Does sugar deplete your chi? Sugar does other things that are not good. I mean, my acupuncturist, small digression, but then that's it. She said try to have a maximum of 24 grams of sugar in a day at most, and then at most 12 grams in one meal, in one sitting of sugar. So, fun fact. But no, I don't think sugar does deplete your chi. It does other things. Okay, so yeah, let's do top creative ring flap work, because that really helps the chakra work. So you imagine the top creative ring, which is, up here. And then I have to close my eyes because otherwise I see myself opposite in the camera and it really messes me up. So you just imagine, a gold ring for your top creative ring, and then just gold light and heal it. The thing is that video, it's a good video to do, but to summarize it, well, basically, I think in the beginning of that video, it just does grounding and aura repair, which we've already done. But the reason it does that is because that stuff is more important. So you don't want to skip that and jump to this work. But then there are two main things that this top creative ring flap work, two main components. First is you get rid of the beings that are messing with this top creative ring. And then you get rid of the people. Well, you get rid of the chords from people that are going into this top creative ring. You don't get rid of the people. They exist. They still exist. They're allowed to exist. And you just melt away energy cords to them. From them to your creative ring. So first the beings. So beings are probably just up there, far above, so you don't have to worry about it. Just be like, angels, can you please recycle any beings that are accessing my top creative ring? And then you do the chords to people that are going into this top creative ring. And you can intuit if you want for fun how many people are chording into your top creative ring. But it doesn't, you don't have to know. You just imagine little lines of light going into your top creative ring, and you melt the lines of light with gold light. The reason you need to do that is because this is a very sensitive, these 3 gold creative rings, they're sensitive and they're important, and they send energy downward into your 7th chakra, which is a very important chakra. So if someone's chording there, they're sending energy there, then that energy of theirs goes through all your chakras, which can, really jar you, and that can cause chakra damage. So this is not a sharing place that you share your energy with people, this top creative ring. Like, even if you had, like, say, an intimate moment, a romantic moment with a partner, you wouldn't be bonding up there. Like that would not feel good at all. So you just melt chords from other people going into this top creative ring. Long story short, long story long. And then, since we have some newbies, I'm just going to do some general repair work on the rings as well. Well, actually, 1 or 2 of my veterans need it too. So the creative rings, they can be literally broken, or have cracks in them. And they're just like 3 gold rings, like a wedding ring. Mine is made out of silicone, but if you had a gold wedding ring, it's kind of like that. It's just simple, gold, 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 right? And so, but they can have breaks in them. And some of my newbies do definitely have some chips missing out of them, or some cracks. or actual breaks. One of my newbies. Because sometimes I'll heal a client, I'll heal them, but then also they're like, oh, can you give my aunt a healing? And so then now her aunt is a client of mine too, a telepathic consent client, so I'm healing people's family members as well. So a lot of these telepathic consent new clients are the ones that need I would say though a lot of my newbies need repair on these creative rings. Like they have some breaks and some cracks in them. I guess, how would you get those, break or crack? That's from a lot of force being here. So maybe one day, even 10 years ago, you had a ton of aura damage up here. So it was all ripped and open, and then some energy came in and just cracked it. So, but it's not like, you'll live. We just need to mend it up with gold light. But just like opening up a window to let the air in, it's not brain surgery. So just lots of gold light, just wash it out, wash it off, and it's just going to heal itself. All right, awesome. That's so fun. In that video, the top creative ring flaps video, there's this chain reaction process that happens when all the flaps of the top creative ring seal shut. Not seal shut like they're glued shut forever, but they just like are at a state of rest. And so they're rather than be an open flap, it's like flush with the surface of the ring. And anyway, so then all the flaps of all the chakras and the other creative rings, they seal up as well. Unless there's some chakra damage. If there's chakra damage, like say if I don't, but say if I had damage like right in the front of my throat chakra, then all my flaps would close except these ones right here because of the damage to that chakra. So that's, fun fact. For, those of you that are a little bit, advanced or intermediate or eager newbies, once your flaps close, then you can just double check, did everything close? Because if it didn't, then that's some chakra damage that you can then repair easily with gold light, right? So we're going to go back to the chakra repair. Remember, we were doing chakra repair, and now we're going to go back to it because it's going to be easier now. Once you fix the chakra damage, then it's like, all the flaps close again. I mean, not right there because that was already healed, but just as an example. And with your copy, you can have a copy that's big, like 7654321, well, big, or you can have a copy that's small so that you can bathe it with gold light with all the chakras at once with your hand without moving. So 7654321. And you can spin around your copy. So we're probably almost done with all the basics. I just need to, before we get to the topic stuff, but I'm just doing a little bit more chakra work here. I'm just imagining, the round openings, right? So if you're doing this for yourself, just imagine, your round openings and just extra gold light. Because around the round openings, that's where the damage is most likely. I mean, you can get gashes in the sides also. But I think I got all that already. I healed all that. So then just the surfaces, the round surfaces. And then you can unblock the chakras too. You just kind of tease out the blocked energy and then melt it. Tease it out of the chakra opening, the blocked energy, and then just melt it all. And we haven't done any vacuum boxes. Those are nice to do. Vacuum boxes are easy ways to get rid of beings or little spirits that are not you. And there's an expression that I've been using a little bit lately that I am a mighty being. So you are a mighty being. So that's the thing. I mean, people get so freaked out about, oh, I have a being. Somebody told me I have a being. Yeah, well, you're a big being. You're bigger than whatever thing is like trying to mess with your aura. They want what you have. You incarnated. You have the body. You have the lifetime. You're the rock star. So just try to keep that perspective. I think that I don't know why. I guess just beings are good at triggering fear. So then, all of a sudden you're afraid of something that's like so much less powerful than you, so much smaller than you, really, on a spirit level. But so that's silly. That's silly. So you are a mighty being. You are a strong and mighty eternal spirit. So, you can just let go of the fear. Okay, so vacuum boxes are an easy way to get rid of a lot of little beings that are in your way. If they're in your space, they're in your way. They gotta go. So vacuum boxes are literal little boxes that you make out of energy, and you turn them on with a remote control, and they're vacuum boxes, so they suck up beings into the boxes, and then your angels recycle the boxes. So you can just, make a couple boxes on each side of your chakras, so you could do it here. You could do it literally in front and in back of your real chakras, or you could do it around your chakra copies, whatever. It works fine either way. And you can make as many boxes as you want, 3 on each side, 7 on each side, whatever. And then you just turn them on all at once, and you just let the boxes suck in the beings. So vacuum boxes are sucking in all the beings, and you just let go. You release. You let go. You can even think, I am a strong and mighty being. I am letting go of these little pesky little beings that are in my way. I am a strong and mighty being. I can flow. I can let go. That's my flow. Okay, so when those vacuum boxes are all full, just ask your angels, angels, can you please recycle all the vacuum boxes? Then you just have a lovely sip of herbal beverage while your angels are recycling for you. There. That is nice. That's the thing. It's like there's no reason to fear beings, but beings do they just complicate things a little. It's like, if you had some weird, if you had like a shoelace untied or something and you're trying to walk around and you're like, what is that? That's just irritating. What is that? That's the thing. It's just like a nuisance and maybe a distraction. A lot of times that's the level that a being would impact somebody. It would distract them. Maybe it would make you, waste too much time on Facebook or on YouTube or something. But anyway, so it's good to get that cleared away. So some beings are, I think since we're moving on to the theme work. So I'm going to note the time, 10:50. So 50 minutes into it, we started theme work. I mean, really, the work we already did helped the theme because we did so much chakra work and we've already announced the theme. So that means all the baggage for the theme was already triggered. So all that clearing work we did technically was helping the theme. It's not like so simple, like, oh, that didn't help the theme at all. That didn't help my purpose or my success. Yeah, it did. But anyway, now we're going to explicitly work on the theme. But sometimes, you can have some beings get in the way of your sense of purpose, your sense of success. But, even more likely you have like, your dad in the way or your bigger brother in the way or, your country's stereotypes in the way or past life baggage in the way. Um, but since we're already talking about beings because of the vacuum boxes that we did, we could do just one more little technique. We could do the potato head technique. I don't know if everyone, if you Googled Mr. Potato Head, I'll type it so that Mr. Potato Head. It's a doll, and it's just a silly little kid's doll, right? It looks like a potato with eyes and a nose and a mouth on it, right? So you imagine beings, you could make them look like Mr. Potato Heads, in your imagination. So that way, I mean, you can't be afraid of a little potato doll thing, right? Hopefully. So anyway, what you could do is say, okay, well, if I have some beings in my space that are really, it's time for me to get rid of them, and it would help me with my success and my purpose, then that's fine. I want to get rid of them. I want to imagine, some remaining beings that are still impacting me, that are in the way of my success and purpose. And I'm going to imagine them just lined up out in front of me. Like maybe they're wrapped around one of my chakras, but I'm just going to imagine a far away copy of them, which is less disturbing, right? So you just imagine them lined up like Mr. Potato Head dolls. So let's see. How many beings do I have in the way of my success and purpose at this time? So I have about 4, right? So, but you don't have to know how many. You just line them out in front of you with your intention and then say, angels, can you please recycle those beings? That's it. Easy peasy. Just like opening a window. It's not a lot of complexity. So I'm just saying, angels, can you please recycle those beings? So I'm going to do that for all the participants, just to make sure everybody gets the process. Oh, and if you didn't see my last month, I did a triplet set about healing the home. And sometimes people have like, some closet that they just can't clean out, or they don't like their bedroom. Sometimes it's just there's one little silly being in the bedroom or in the closet, and they complicate it mentally. They're thinking, oh no, it has to do with a certain time in my life, blah 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 blah. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's just a silly being. So So we could, since I do have one client, one newbie participant who missed that triplet set, and her angels were trying to nudge her, but she missed it. So whatever. So we'll stick a little bit of that in now. So you can just imagine, just do the Mr. Potato Head technique. Just imagine funny looking copies out in front of you of any beings that are just shouldn't be in your home or in your bedroom or in your car or in your closet or whatever, but they are, and because you haven't cleaned them out yet. And just imagine out in front of you. I do clean my house really thoroughly, but I have 2 because they're by the water heater, and the water heater is hard to get to. So I've always kind of like ignored it just because it's weird. It's like behind the microwave in this little cabinet, and it's hard to get to. So physically it's hard to get to. So it's just funny that I didn't clear it out thoroughly just for that little reason. So anyway, but you can see how many, maybe you have 2 that were, just making a certain corner of your bedroom like feel less positive. And just line up those beings like Mr. Potato Heads, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? Yeah, a couple other people needed that one too. So Stuck that in. Um, some people who didn't do that triplet set a month ago. But those recordings are nice if you're able to. But these people, they're telepathic participants, so they're not about to do one of my videos. I mean, some of the people that needed it. Okay, cool. So total digression, but a cool one. Okay, but purpose and success. I'm just looking at a sample person the angels have picked out for me to look at. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So one of the participants, one thing that's in the way for her, and I think this probably affects a lot of people, of course, subconsciously. She had a recent past life actually where she was a criminal. And so her purpose that she felt she had was to, take possessions from other people. And she was caught and prosecuted like big time. And so society told her that she was not successful, that she was wrong, that, it was not right to steal from others. And so, yeah, arguably society was right and she wasn't, of course. But now she doesn't want to be a criminal anymore, but she still has this energy like shutting down her seventh chakra from that lifetime. So now it just makes her a lot less present and much more avoidant and less confident because it's just old leftover baggage. So does everybody have baggage from criminal past lives in their chakras? Yeah. I think everybody in some chakra has baggage left over from criminal past lives. But it would most affect you and your purpose and your success if it was in the seventh and if it was in the fourth too, because fourth is, self-acceptance, self-love, enthusiasm, motivation. So let's just, go with the angel direction on that and clear out any past life baggage first from criminal past lives, literal criminal past lives that you've had. Because, everybody likes to think, oh, I'm such a good person, which, okay, fine, you are in this life. But, there were other lifetimes. And sometimes, you maybe many lifetimes ago, you didn't have compassion yet. So anyway. Okay, so just imagine your chakras and just melt away any past life baggage. And just, since the angels are suggesting it, first, just past life baggage that you have from criminal past lives where your, part of your guiding direction was to crime, to steal, to whatever, to do things, harmful things to others. And just, wash out energy from that baggage, blocked energies, society's, energy about it. Just wash all that out. Because obviously we, ideally the more you evolve, you end up wanting to be compassionate and kind. But it's just, sometimes you have to clean out the baggage from when you weren't compassionate and kind. Like that client who was the sample client, right now she's living a very, very compassionate life, but that baggage is still impacting her. When society was like, no, you're a thief, that's bad. Yeah. So anyway. And then now just general past life baggage that's in the way of your sense of purpose and success. Just melt it out of your chakras. And if you're cooking right now, so you don't have hands free, or you're on a train and you don't want to, do this on a train, just imagine lots of gold suns, shining on your chakras. and just relax, stay present, breathe, and just let the gold suns, send the energy to your chakras and wash out the past life baggage. Specifically, past life baggage in the way of your success and purpose. So I'm looking at another sample person. Okay, so there's another way to heal. You don't have to always just imagine chakras and aura and grounding, and you can imagine different things that impact you and heal that way. So one example of that is somebody says, yes, I was a thief in one of my past lives. Yeah, I mean, everybody was. I mean, everyone was murderers, thieves, all sorts of awful things. I mean, not every past life, but that's the point of lifetimes. Until you know compassion, you don't know compassion. Until you know how to, be considerate and kind, you don't know. You don't know that. And so in those pre-compassion lives, there could be plenty of lives where you had compassionate mentors, and so you were guided on a compassionate path. But then there could be lives where you had very brutal, malevolent mentors, and therefore were on a malevolent path. So yeah, it's not just, but I think that's good for non-judgment to realize, that it's a journey and people learn, and obviously, yeah, we want to not let people harm others, but at the same time, for your own growth, just recognize that you're learning and you're evolving and you keep getting, more evolved, but there's nothing to be ashamed of. You weren't always the wisest soul on the planet. It's okay. All right, great. So again, I was going to say a different way to heal, not just chakras and aura and grounding, is looking at your life river. And I haven't done this in a while, but I do have at least one video about life river. So I'm going to put that in the comment section, life river. I want to say there were probably several videos, but I'll pick at least one to post in the comment section. But the idea is you imagine your life force coming to you in the present as a river that's flowing to you. And you're an eternal spirit, right? You've had other lifetimes, but you're the river of your life force. It came into this life at the start, and so at the start of this life, so that's the start of this river. And so you just imagine, and that the from a spirit sense, I generally see the start of the life is conception. Not like I am pro-choice as a person, healthcare wise, because I think that if someone chooses to, terminate their pregnancy, then the angels knew that way ahead of time. They're like so way ahead of us. And so some spirits just needed a couple months to grow and learn, and then they needed to go back to heaven and learn more before they have a full length life. So the fact that I see on a spirit level, like for example, my life starting at conception doesn't mean that I feel like abortion is a sin. I don't. But anyway, I just want to say that because, it's like, oh, wait, life starts at conception? What does that mean? What is she saying? So anyway, you have your life river and you can heal it. you can heal this river of your life force that's flowing towards you, because sometimes, you know, you have things that were kind of hard that happened to you, and the sample person that the angels picked out, you know, had a childhood in this life that was very not helpful to her sense of success and purpose, like super not helpful. um super not helpful. She had a very hot mess mom, very hot mess mom. Lots of rejection. She experienced lots of rejection. I mean, that applies to several clients of mine. They experienced a lot of this. But anyway, so you just imagine the river. Imagine your life river of your life force flowing towards you. And so you're at the present, and the river keeps going because, you know, you have more time in this life. But I don't like to read the future and how long the river is. So that's that. We're not going to deal with that part of the river. You don't need to. If you just heal the present, that takes care of the future for you. But healing the past also helps the present. So you just imagine your life river and you gently heal it with gold light. And your intention is to heal what's healthy and gentle for you to heal at this time. You know, heal, clear. So healthy, gentle is really nice for this one, because this is your life river and you could clear some stuff that's a pretty big deal. And you could technically, this is an example of where you could clear too much at once. But you just have your intention be, I don't want to do that. Angels help me to just clear just the right amount, and then that's it. You don't have to worry. So don't start freaking out now just because I mentioned that. So if you're doing this now or later as a saved video, you know, just do it really gently, and you can keep doing it, you know, because your intention is, okay, I only want to clear what's healthy and gentle. And then just, you know, it's like, you know, you could maybe run gold light through it, I don't know, 10, 20 times, you know, I mean, just chill out, relax, and breathe as you do it. You don't have to count how many times. But the idea is, like, say that client, her mom accidentally on a spirit level, I don't think her mom had the presence of mind or stability to realize that she was being destructive to her own child. I think she was too busy trying to survive herself. So it wasn't like a conscious malevolent thing, but she channeled a lot of heavy destructive energy into her child's life river. Her child, who is now my client. So you can just kind of notice, well, do I have junk in my life river from other people? And if I do, let me just notice what's healthy and gentle to clear right now. And that way I can go back later and do more. You know, because if you notice all of it, then that might be tempting to clear too much. So just notice the junk in the river that's good to clear right now. And, you know, you can clear above the river. So like there's nice sunshine, you know, gold sunshine sparkling on the river. You know, you can clear what's in the river, what's right around the river. Because you want your life force to kind of come to you and feel very uplifting. Oh, speaking of uplifting, the Metatron recording for November, it's not out yet because I haven't had time to produce it yet, to finish putting it out, but it will come out soon. And part of it has to do with being uplifted, feeling like an uplifted energy. So it's cool. It will be released on YouTube as a free video with donation encouraged or something. Whatever. All right, so that's good. So what was that we just did? We did life river healing to benefit your sense of success and purpose in this life. Well, period. Excuse me. So, healing your life river it's kind of a thing, like your parents, if they're in heaven, they'll be like, go, go, do it. Even if they weren't that kind in the lifetime, once they're in heaven, they get it. They get lifted out of, whatever heavy energy they were in, and they're like on this compassion vacation thing. It's really cool. So they will be cheering you on, your parents, if they're in heaven. Your parents, if they're alive in the lifetime right now, even if they're benevolent people towards you, that may have kind of triggered them a little, that you just healed your life river. So they may have just jumped in your space and made you cough like me. So how do you put your loved ones at ease, even if maybe you don't, like you may have a bad relationship, negative relationship with your parents, maybe. And but on a spirit level, it's just not in your best interest to have those people freaking out about you, because then they jump in your space and you cough and, it distracts you in your day. I mean, that's not the only way that someone would affect you. But anyway, so how do you put your loved ones at ease when you do big, cool stuff like this? Well, there is a video, Resolve Conflict and Boundary Issues. And I think that one's a great one to do. And I'll link that below later in the comment section, so you'll see it, Resolve Conflict and Boundary Issues. But I like doing a micro condensed version of that video and just say, I was just reading a comment. I shouldn't distract me. But anyway, a micro condensed version of that video, Resolve Conflict and Boundary Issues, is just to do one set of healing energy flowers for your loved ones. Even your spouse might be like mildly freaked out that you just healed your life river, because it just creates a big energy shift and they're like, whoa, what did you do? So what you can do, and a client asked me this recently, I do not recommend you healing multiple people at once unless you get to a point in your professional healer career like me. But if you're not a veteran professional healer and your angels don't say, yeah, you're ready, then it's very risky to heal multiple people at once. Why? Because dark energies on the planet notice you. And they wouldn't, like big dark energies on the planet, not like little stupid beings that are whacking you, like big ones. And they won't notice you if you just heal one person at a time. Even as a professional healer reader, they would be like, yeah, whatever. If you're healing, even if you're full-time professional healer, healing one person at a time, you're totally not on their radar. You heal two people at a time, bam, you're on their radar. And so it's a whole different level of boundaries risk. I mean, I do it, so it's doable with angel help, but I would never. I want to say it though, because not to scare you, but just because I do something, I might make it look too easy, and it's not, it's risky. So, but the only time that I do suggest that you could do something for multiple people at once would be this kind of conflict boundary issues where you give energy healing flowers to, say, both your parents at the same time. You give them little energy healing flowers. That you'd be off the radar of the big dark beings, because energy healing flowers, they're actually, I don't know why it is, they really are effective, but yeah, it's not the same as doing a full-on healing somebody's grounding or whatever of two people at the same time. So anyway, long story short, to help your parents, your spouse, your siblings just chill out about all that healing that you just did on your own purpose and your own sense of success, let's just give them simple energy healing flowers, which is one part of that Resolve Conflict and Boundary Issues video. Simple energy healing flowers that say your angels can help and guide you. Or you can paraphrase, but you can work with your angels. Your angels can help and guide you. And if you put that message into energy healing flowers of universal healing energy, like rainbow colors, universal healing energy flowers, rainbow colors, and that there's just that message in there, your angels can help and guide you. And just make a bunch of bouquets, for all the people that you're going to give them to, and have your angels double check all the flowers. Say, angels, can you double check all my flowers? And then the thing is, it's explained in that video, you want to be respectful. On a spirit level, it's different. Different. It's more important to be very respectful on a spirit level, because you don't want to get into something that's more in the neighborhood of mind control or something, because that's bad karma. So the respectful way to give someone a present on a spirit level, well, a respectful way, a very respectful way, is to place this bouquet of flowers, that energy healing flowers, in front of their aura, like, 6 feet in front of their aura. So like, say Akudal, right? Her aura goes out to here. So 6 feet in front of that would be like right here. So I would say, here are the angel double-checked flowers that say your angels can help and guide you. And I'm going to say, hi, Akudal, these are for you. If you want, you could take them, but it's optional. And you just leave them for Akudal, for your mother or for your sibling. And then you just, you don't pay attention anymore. And if they take them, they take them. If they don't, they don't. But usually, once people figure out, oh, those are really for me, really? And then they take them because your angels checked them. It's just universal energy. It's not controlling. And it reminds them, oh, wow, I do have my own angels. Yeah. I can work with them right now, and then they start doing that, and then they forget that you just kind of ruffled their feathers. They don't forget, they just feel better. They adjust. So go ahead and, make energy healing flowers safe for your parents, for your siblings, for your spouse. Have your angels double check them. And then just imagine respectful distances in front of all those people, and then just, lay them out respectfully, at that distance for those people. Just say, these are optional if you want. And then that's it. Just never mind about it. They take them, they take them, they don't, because you don't want to coerce people. You don't want to guilt trip them into accepting anything. But chances are they will accept those, particularly if you've done that full length video with them before, resolve conflict and boundary issues, then their spirit kind of gets it, like, oh yeah, I know those flowers, they're for me and they're healing, they're cool. Okay. So let's see, we're almost done with today's healing. Oh, I want to make sure that everybody on a spirit level did that last part. So I'm gonna walk everyone doing it again, just because I gotta watch my participants, all the 80 participants. So go ahead again, make energy healing flowers for your people, your loved ones, that could be, kind of triggered by your big positive shift. Just the flowers that say your angels can help and guide you. And then have your angels double check those flowers. So you don't have to worry about that you're going to mess up your flowers. The angels fix them for you. And then you can just imagine, respectful distances way in front of everybody's aura, and just place them as presents, and if they take them, they take them. You just say, hi, this is for you if you want. Cool. I'm smiling so much because somebody's family member, they're so touched that they were able to give a spiritual gift to somebody else, because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm such a screw up. How can I possibly have made something that's worthy of a spiritual gift to somebody else? But the angels fix it up and they help you do it, right? So because some people, they want to give, they want to be kind, they just don't know an appropriate way to do it, and maybe they have inner instabilities, and so anyway, that was cute. All right, let's see. I'm just double checking the chakras, double checking the creative ring flaps up above, which are still fine. Double checking the grounding. Grounding did get a little blocked up, so I'm just helping people to So you can imagine a copy of your grounding out in front of you if you want, and just lots of gold light. I like to imagine it. I like to check it. If I want to check my grounding real fast, I'll just be like, okay, front, back, center, the core part, you just, because if you think of it as a whole, you might miss that, okay, but the back right is blocked. Most of it's fine, but the back right is blocked. Or most of it's fine, but the center is kind of blocked. So I like to think of it in parts to make sure everything's flowing well. Okay, so I had briefly mentioned that heart chakra also is nice for purpose and success. Seventh chakra is, his seventh chakra technically is identity, goals, purpose, things like that. But heart chakra is self-acceptance, motivation, self-love, enthusiasm. So I think it's sort of a dance between the two. So I'm going to heal those both at the same time, seventh and fourth, and just help people to, because my sample person, the angels just picked one for me, and she needed her fourth chakra opened up a lot more. Opened up, unblocked is a more accurate way to say it. And then there's a video, supersized chakras. Supersized chakras. I just smile with that term supersize because I don't know, there's like McDonald's or one of those fast food garbage restaurants. They talk about supersizing your French fries or something or your soda. So, but you can, my term of supersizing chakras just refers to mostly the lower chakras that you might need to expand them if you're trying to bring in new energy and be more present. Sometimes your third, second, and first chakras of your physical body might need to literally be larger so that there's more room for you to be there. So my thing is I'm just watching, okay, can everybody bring in the purpose and success energy that they need to bring in right now? And again, just what's healthy and gentle for right now. We have 2 more healings, no need to overdo it, right? So purpose and success. Can you bring in the purpose and success that you need right now? All right. So let's just do like a 1-color earth energy soak. To wrap up, and you can do red or orange or yellow. So just redo your grounding, whatever color you wanted, and just soak in that color earth energy. Like I'm doing a yellow grounding at the moment. And so I'm going to use my grounding like a straw and bring up yellow earth energy from the core of the earth, and soak in the yellow earth energy, right? So you can pick red or orange or yellow and do the same thing. Just soak in earth energy from the core of the earth all the way up. So you're soaking everything, your creative rings, the top of your aura, your chakras, your aura, everywhere with the earth energy, that red or orange or yellow. And if you want, you can leave that up. I'm going to do that. Or you could just bring it down to the level of your third chakra so that your grounding is that high. But I'm going to leave mine up. All right. So then you can just end with that angel blessing. Just say, angels, can you please give me a healing and a blessing, especially healing and blessing for my purpose and my success. And you just have to breathe after that, because when you think that message, your angels hear it. So you just say, angels, can I please have a blessing and a healing, especially for my purpose and success? And then they're starting to work. Your angels are doing it. Whether or not you see them, that doesn't matter. All right, cool. So, dang, that was long. So, it's cool. All right, so I'm going to catch up with a few comments, and if you would like to make any comment about how you feel right now, what this healing was like for you, feel free to do that. Oh, if you want to, you can type how many people were watching, because I still haven't figured out how to watch that like later on, like, oh, how many people were watching. So if you happen to notice any of those numbers, you could type them out, like how many people are watching right now, how many people were watching, you know, at the highest point. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so somebody says, between killing chi and testosterone, I have recently sworn off caffeine. Thanks, Janet. Mr. Potato Head was my comment. Yes, I was a thief in one of my past lives. Oh yes, I'm cooking. Yes, which meant energy release. That was definitely my parents about the life river. I definitely got some fear triggered. Who are the dark forces? Alien? Oh, you mean the big ones that I was talking about? They're just beings, but they're just bigger ones. That, you know, like if you want to heal both your parents, just do them one at a time. That way you avoid dealing with larger beings than you're ready to deal with. You know? But yeah, they're not like you and me. I mean, they're just, you know, they're out of body beings. They just happen to be bigger with more energy than the random ones that you normally deal with. I mean, the word alien, that's like very like phobic. Is it alien? Is it alien? Ah, you know, so whatever. It's just a being. I don't think about where it's from. Wow, thanks for that. I guess that would also include healing circles, which I'm about to start conducting, but they'll be healing themselves by my guidance, and it's me doing it for them. Yeah, I mean, if you're healing a circle of people, then yeah, there's an extra level. If you're healing multiple people at once, not to discourage anyone. I mean, I have a lot of clients that either are now or are going to become pro healers, so I'm all about teaching people how to do that and how to enjoy it. So I'm not like, don't do it. I can do it, but you can't. But yeah, for me, I healed groups of people at once after having healed individual people for like 16 years in this life. And I think that was a good foundation for me. So if I had to, like, if I had like a cousin, you know, and I was giving them advice, I would say, yeah, work one-on-one for a while. So you could work for a group and like teach the group and then heal one person at a time. But if you're healing the whole group at once, it's definitely a different level. Like if you had a group of, say, you know, 12 people in the room, right? But you just walked them through self-healing and then you one at a time assisted them, you know, like heal Betty Boop for a minute, and then you walk over to Colleen and you heal her for a minute. Totally different level than if you healed the whole bunch of 12 people at once. That's when it's that extra level of risk, you know, or, you know, pushback from the spirit world of, you know, negative spirits. I just ask your angels, you know, what's in your best interest at this time in your career? How do you want to do it? And, you know, that way you can make sure that you're doing it the way that's best and healthiest for you and that you have the protection you need. All right, 28 max, thank you, that's good to know. Garbage restaurants, haha, you can say that again. Yeah, you couldn't pay me now. I mean, you know, years ago I would eat whatever crap, you know, but now I know, like, I have all these food sensitivities and I know what physical symptoms I get from those foods. So now No, I don't eat that stuff. 28 max. Thank you. That was great. I feel so much more grounded, clear, and happy. 22 watching. Good to know. I feel great. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. It's good to know. Nice to know. Halfway through the healing, I felt really serious, but now I feel much lighter. Yeah, your grounding got really, really skinny and blocked at one point. Um, Thank you, Janet. Smile, smile, smile. 22 people watching. How do we know who is part of our purpose or a distraction from it? Is it by instinct? Who is part of our purpose? I don't really think of people as part of your purpose. You know, I would frame that in a different way. That question, I would say, well, is it healthy for me to interact with this person? Is this, in my best interest to interact with this person? I would frame it more like that. Because for me, purpose is like, your goals, what's the point of you doing what you're doing? Whereas people, it's like, that abundance healing masterclass that was like a month or two ago. One of the archangels said, you could watch that. It's pretty recent. You find it if you search abundance masterclass. It'll be in there. But anyway, she said, one of the archangels said, abundance is a dance between you and the universe. And the people, they're just, they just fulfill roles. If the universe is sending you abundance, then, the people that are meant to be a part of that will. But, you just imagine the wave of green and gold abundance coming to you from the universe, and you unblock that, unblock what's in between you receiving that wave of abundance from the universe. So you don't really attach the people to your abundance ideas. So I would do the same thing with purpose. I would just say, my purpose in this work is to do this, my purpose in this life or whatever. And I would just think of people as, is it in my best interest to work with this person? Something like that. Mr. Potato Head really makes clearing beings more fun, less triggering. Yeah, you want to take the fear, keep it simple, keep it silly. Because then your inner child is happy about it, I mean, you can even wave like a gold sparkle wand as you request that the angels recycle the beings. Angels, please recycle those beings. Whatever makes you laugh. That's why I like my hair, because it's like, I can't possibly take myself seriously with my hair looking like this, it's like, seriously? Like, so it just, I don't know, I mean, I know not everyone wants to look ridiculous, but I think with energy work, it does work to do things in a silly, uplifted, jovial manner. I think it's the opposite of fear, and that's good because that'll help you be in your first chakra more, which helps courage and safety and all sorts of things. I'm tired. I would take a nap now. I could take a nap now. Yeah, and maybe that's fine. I mean, it depends. If you have work to do and you can't take a nap, then maybe just do a tricolor soak, red soak, orange earth energy, yellow earth energy, and then open up your third chakra again. Be like, open, this is not nap time. But if you want to take a nap, that's fine too. Okay, feel clear, happy and grounded. Thanks, Janet. Yes, one at a time in a group setting. Yeah, that's different. Although you still need boundaries with the whole group of people because they're like, people listen. That's why, like, that's why when I was doing phone sessions and in-person sessions, phone sessions were way easier for me. And ultimately, I just stopped doing the in-person ones because when people are watching you, they kind of like go into your space sometimes. They kind of go where their eyes are watching. Whereas if they're on the phone, they're just like, I'm thinking about my couch and I'm enjoying how my couch feels and I'm having some tea. So they have this sensory stuff that brings them back to themselves. But if you're in front of them and they can see you, then, I mean, you could counteract that though by recommending that they bring tea with them, by recommending that, let's take a bathroom break, like help them to be physically comfortable, maybe walk them through some stretching. I mean, that would be huge, if people teach a quick stretch and then teach a grounding exercise and then teach another stretch and then teach a chakra clearing thing. Because, it's like that would really get people more in their body and then they'd clear more. But anyway, if you try to heal others, say by uplifting a workspace, would that trigger the bigger beings? No. A physical space would not trigger the bigger beings. If you just, like healing a shared workspace, you would heal your work area and then you would ask your angels to heal the communal area. So like say if you have an office or you have a desk, you heal that. But then like say the office bathroom, you ask your angels to heal that because you don't own that. That's not exclusively yours. So you ask your angels to heal the office building, the parking lot, the parking structure, all that stuff. You just do your stuff. And yeah, that's the big beings don't notice that at all. But you ask your angels to heal the office space, not really out of concern for big beings. It's because of ownership stuff. Because say you work with 20 people, well, 20 people have a vested interest in where the energy is set for the office. And so your angels work out the diplomacy about how, yeah, there's one boss. And so that person has the clout to do it. So your angels need to work with that person's angels, and then there's 20 people that are going to have an opinion about it. So all the angels need to kind of work together on it. So that's why it's the people. It's the 20 people. That would be why you have communal area, have your angels heal communal areas. Thank you. Love the hair though. Thank you. It's a sea salt spray or something that makes it stand up. Got it. How can we get better at boundaries if we want to be healers? Well, work to be in all your chakras all the time. When you're in all your chakras, you're just more. There's more of you, and when there's more of you, there's less room for everybody else in your space. And you kind of notice it. If somebody's piggybacking in your space, a lot more likely if you're used to being in all 7 chakras. So ideally, I mean, if you're already a pro healer, then it is what it is. You just work, within the time that you have to get in all your chakras now. But if you're not yet a pro healer, it would be ideal if you could get in all your chakras, which may take months. It may take a year or 2 to get there, depending on if you haven't worked. I mean, the person that posted that, it's going to take her like another couple months to be in all her chakras all the time. So, but that's a key sort of milestone. And then, if I'm speaking generically, some people, they have family members that they could practice on, like, their sister or somebody, like even just a telepathic consent, like say their son or their sister, they know their son or their sister needs a healing. So once they are, ready, and you can email me if you think, am I ready for that or not? But if you're in all your chakras all the time, then you're ready to practice healing, one of your family members at a time. Just on a spirit level, and just practice it, but you start small, like start just with combing through that person's grounding, with their spirit consent, just comb through their grounding, do you first and then do their grounding and then that's it. And then do you again, like you start small and incremental over time. And then you just get a lot better. Do you think we can shower the space with gold? Yeah, but if it's a communal space, I would still have your angels do it. So like if I'm walking into Costco, a store, and I'm like, oh God, this place needs a lot of gold, like I would have my angels do it. I would not be healing a big store that I don't own. I'm just a customer in, there's all that, permission and hierarchy on a spirit level. But if it's your home, yeah, sure. I have those home, the last triplet set, Yeah, the last triple set I did a month ago. I healed people's homes, so you can walk. That has a lot of walkthroughs in it. Those 3 videos. If a person is a bad person, it's a judgment, but anyway, that's what the person typed. So if a person is a bad person, do black magic, does the person's angels still around that person, or the angels also become bad? Yeah, angels don't become bad. What happens is if somebody is saying doing malevolent or controlling things towards others, they're not listening to their angels. They have angels. They have personal angels just like everybody else, but they're just not listening. But you could still, do energy healing flowers for that person. You say, hey, your angels can help and guide you. And, you could still affect that person. But, if a person, if a person, it depends on the situation, where your question is coming from. Like if you think that person is doing negative stuff to you, then I would say just get your stuff together first, work on your aura repair, work on your grounding, work on your chakras, just say, angels, can you, like, for example, you could just say, angels, can you help me have healthy, safe boundaries with Barbara Smith, or whoever she is, right? And then your angels would make a big gold wall in between you and that person. And that way you can just focus on yourself and getting yourself together. Because a lot of people, they're so worried about, this woman, she's at my workplace and she's been doing these things against me, and it's like, well, I'm not doubting that she is, but you're kind of a hot mess too, so take care of yourself. Just ask your angels for protection, energy protection and healthy boundaries between you and that person, but then get to work on yourself, because if your aura's all torn up, you're not that present, even a big wind is going to affect you, much less a person who's really trying to harm you. Okay. All right, cool. So I really enjoyed working with everybody. I hope you don't mind the length of this. You don't have to listen to it all at once, for goodness sakes. You can listen to part of it one day while you're doing your dishes and finish it up the next day while you're getting dressed for work. I know they're long. Okay, so I'm going to see everybody again, all the participants. I will see you and give you healing in 2 days on Sunday, the Sunday healing. And there is a time difference. So if you're in like India, South Korea, Australia, Qatar, I emailed those participants about the time change. So it's an hour different than it was. But everybody else, I guess, for some reason, we all have these stupid time changes together. The Europeans and the Canadians and the US. So, but if you're in doubt about when the live stream is, you can email me. But it's at the same time for me on Sunday. But since there's a time change, it's technically, for those other countries, it will seem like it's an hour different. Bye, Janet. Loved it. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Very useful. Thank you. Okay. Bye.